Alrighty. In 3, 2, 1. What's good? It's Kasim here, and I'm with the trap god and the man of God, Zaytoven. What's going on, man?
I'm good. What's up, man?
What's good, man? Let's go ahead. Let's get right into it. Your origin, bro. How many? You from Germany, dog?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know that. So talk to me about just that and being from Germany, then moving to Atlanta, and just how was that transition? And you were a military kid, or?
Military kid. So for me, me living in Germany, my dad's in the military, so I don't remember nothing about Germany.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now I think from Germany we went to North Carolina, then we went to Mississippi, then we went to California, then we came back to Atlanta. So I've been moving, all my life. But I feel like that's part of my success. That's how I was able to adapt to, even with music, I'm easy to adapt to, new artists and everything. So.
Right. So, like, with like you just adapting, like, how have that honestly made you, the legendary producer that you are? Just your adaptability to different type of artists, R&B, hip hop, trap, this new melodic sound. Like, have that help you?
I think that just moving around. When you young and you gotta leave your friends. You in middle school, you gotta leave your friends. You're in junior high school, you gotta meet new people and make new friends. I think that's part of how I was able to make new chemistry with different artists. It's like I'm excited about meeting somebody new and doing something new. So I think they helped me out. That moving around helped me out.
For sure. So let's talk about, your career. Like early on, the song that probably got, you out the hood. One of them, I guess, is Versace. And, RP to Takeoff right now. We really like that was a big loss to the culture,
Real big.
honestly. So just talk about like were they in the studio when you made Versace? Just tell me the background of that.
So Versace to me was like my first big song, like how So Icy was.
Right.
Even though it was 10 years later, it just felt like this the beginning of Zaytoven all over again. So when I met Migos, when I met Quavo, Takeoff, Offset, the first thing I did was invite them to my house because that's where I make all my music at. I brought them over to the house. Versace was one of the first songs that we recorded. So, just seeing them guys go from like, I used to take them to the club with me. I used to take them, to come hang out with me or whatever, just to see them become like the biggest group in the world is amazing, man. And then to have lost Takeoff, over some freak accident almost is just, it's heartbreaking. But definitely, blessed to even have known them guys. Them guys really gave me a whole nother run in my career.
Right. What's your favorite memory of Takeoff if you mind sharing it?
Now it was almost embarrassing for me. I was in LA
Yeah.
and I go to the studio. They called me out there. We working on the album, and I used to be trying to rap. So I had a song on YouTube called "These Boys." Takeoff pulled a video up. And I'm talking about and rap the whole song to me like word for word. I'm like, man, if you don't turn that off,
Like of your song.
yeah, my song. So
What
I'm
the heck?
embarrassed. Like, bro, how y'all even know about that song?
Yeah.
So he rapped me my whole song back, and I was just like, that's definitely a great memory.
You remember the song? Go ahead, rap it for
Man,
us just
I
real
don't
quick.
remember the words like that. I need to see the video.
That's crazy. Okay. So tell me about, Versace is big, it's major, but what took it to the next level, obviously, is Drake hopping on it. Like, did you know Drake was gonna hop on it? Like, just when you first heard that Drake hopped on it, like, how did that? Because that changed your life. How did that happen?
I was in California. They had recorded it in Atlanta. And what's so crazy, I was out at a club in Atlanta, and they played the song Versace. He had a new group. Versace. This is before Drake got on it.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, why they choose that song? Like, out of all the songs we
You didn't
done.
like Versace?
No, I liked it. I liked it, but I just didn't feel like, okay, I didn't think it was the one. But then, 2 days later, my guy sent it to me like, I got to send you the version. Drake jumped on Versace. So it's one thing to get Drake on your song.
Yeah.
It's another thing for Drake to give you a shout out. When he say
Oh.
shout out Migos, shout out Zaytoven.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that changed my whole life. I
I
felt.
know the hood loved you after that.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So hood love you, Versace, but doing my research, it almost didn't happen because you gave the beat to Big Soldier first. So was Soldier Boy mad? Like, how did like Migos get it from Soldier, and then like through your whole history, is there any other song where you gave the beat to somebody else first, and then it probably could have been a banger if they kept it. Like, do you remember?
I've done that a lot of times. A lot of these guys I have close relationships with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was working with Soldier Boy. I get Soldier Boy beats, but I'm not charging him for beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can get a hit out of something. You know, something that a song that we do. It's we got personal relationships. So if he says Zay, send me some beats, I'm gonna send him some beats. Now that don't mean that somebody else might come and use one of these same beats and make a song that's even bigger.
Right.
So Soldier didn't have no problem with that. You know, we got too good a relationship. He actually came and got in the video, in the
He
Versace
was.
video. Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
the video. So that happened again with the song Papers I did for Usher. I did that song for Gorilla Zoe first. It was a song called So Sick. And I was telling like Gorilla Zoe, like, man, now Usher want to use this beat because this for his single. He like, man, I did everything I can do with the beat. Ain't nothing else
Right.
I can do with it. So make sure he use that beat. So and I think that goes back to just having great relationship with the artist.
Yeah. Cause all due respect, I can't see Gorilla Zoe on papers. Like, been
Look
trying to
it
get
up.
them papers. Like,
Look
I
it
think
up.
Usher every time.
Yeah, he killed.
I yeah. So just going back. So papers. You talk about Versace and papers. Uh, Tell me what was your thought process? Because when papers went number one, got a Grammy, but you was still like in the hood, like in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Like, what was your mindset doing that? Like, you got a six-figure check, but you was still like, nah, I'm gonna stay in the barbershop. Like, what was your mindset? Why did you do that?
Uh, my mindset was the simple fact that I see my mom get up and go to work every day. I see my dad get up and go to work every day. So even though I just made all this money off of this song, I felt like this could be a fluke. This could not happen anymore.
Right.
So of course I want to get the money, save the money, but let me go back to work. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what the future holds. And I'm so used to seeing my parents get up and go to work. I can't sit at home and just make music all day. No, I'm finna get up and go to work just like they getting up going to work. So that was kind of my mindset on that. It really wasn't till Versace where I just said, okay, I can't cut hair no more. It's like I done got too big. People don't come to the barbershop to get no haircut from me no more. They just coming to take a picture or give me a CD or something. So
Yeah. Do you remember a time when you was like just cutting hair after Versace papers, all that, where somebody like ran up on you and was like, after that moment, you were like, nah, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm actually like a celebrity now.
that was it. It was around that time when I started working with Migos and Versace came out. I definitely couldn't go to the barbershop no more because people just looked at me as in, oh, I'm gonna go to the barbershop to go take some pictures. It's almost, start getting like harassment. It's like we ain't coming to get no haircut, but can you take a picture? Can you listen to my CD? Can you get me on? So that's why I had to leave that alone.
So let's talk about like, why we here. We here because Afrotech, Zaytoven Global, you know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly are you doing here? Like, why you like coming here, the relationships you build here, what is that all about?
I mean, it's technology. Without the technology, it's no Zaytoven. I use all the technology to put my thoughts and my, producing together. You know what I mean? And the technology is what keeps me excited about still producing.
Yeah.
New technology, new things that's coming out, new toys to play with. New ways to change my sound, new ways of listening to my music. So, I'm always gonna be a fan of technology. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that I'm gonna spend a whole lot of money on technology because it keeps me excited, to do what I do.
Yeah. Is it anything that you've been here and you've seen so far? Like, I know it's been a day that you like, dang, like, I'm gonna take that back, when I'm going back to Cali or Atlanta or wherever you're about to go back to.
I haven't seen none yet because I just got here,
Yeah.
but I'm here. I'm here all day tomorrow too, man. So I'm definitely looking. I got my eyes peeled and I'm looking. Yeah.
Got you. And also too, like, um, Afrotech is founded, by an African American woman. How do you just feel about just giving back, in that way, like giving back to something that was founded by, a woman in our community? Like, it's not a lot of times where, people want to give back to a community, a black woman, or who is the smartest woman, but also is a marginalized just group, by the way, like, people see them in society. So giving back to that, like, how do you feel being able to do that?
For me, man, it's always a blessing to be able to give back, to be a part, just to be a part of what's going on. This is my second time doing it. I enjoyed myself the first time we had it in Oakland, Oakland, California. So, man, it's just a blessing to be back here, and to talk and educate people on what I do and what I use technology for. So, I'm just glad to be here for real.
Right. And going back to speak about women, like let's like clear this up with me. Like, is Sweetie is like your cousin? Like that's your mom's, her grandma or her mom is your grandma best friend? Like, what is that whole situation?
So, you know how you have cousins that's not really your cousin, but that's your
Yeah. No,
cousin.
we all got that,
Yeah,
bro. We all do.
yeah. So it really stems from her grandma is that's what the church I came up playing in, so when you kind of grow up together, even though we not blood cousins, we family, we cousins for real. So yeah, that's always gonna be family in my cousin,
Right.
even though we ain't got the same blood. So
Did you did you help her with Icy Girl at all?
I produced on her first project. What was the first one called? It might have been just It might have been just self-titled Icy Girl, but yeah, I've been seeing her since she was young, coming up rapping to me. So it's amazing to me to see how much of a star she became. You know what I mean? So, it's one thing to see them when they're young and they just kind of doing their thing, but just to see them to be like, hold on, this is a big mega star.
Right.
That's a whole nother thing. So definitely proud of her.
Yeah, y'all jeans, even though y'all cousin, y'all jeans is crazy. Sweetie, like then Gabrielle Union, you like that's insane family tree. So I'm a fan of you. I've been a fan, but I think my favorite like album that you probably produced is Beast Mode.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about it. So 2015 Future is probably the best year rapper that we had. So can you just talk to me real quick just about producing Beast Mode?
The funny thing is, I'm probably the only producer that has worked with Future from his first mixtape. His first mixtape was called 1000, and I was probably the only known producer that was on that project,
Right.
back then. So I've been working with Future since then. So before we did Beast Mode, I probably haven't worked with Future in like 2 years. He did his album Honest. He did his other album Pluto. He was just going a different direction. He was working with other producers. So I haven't worked with him in like 2 years, and then out of nowhere, he called me like, "Hey man, I need you to come to the studio and hear the songs I done on your beats." So I go to the studio, listen to them, and I'm like, "Damn, these songs hard." Now while we in the studio, it's a thousand people in the studio,
Right.
and it's a lot of street guys in the studio. And then as he's playing the music, my buddy Big Bang Black like, man, bro, this sound, you need to do this. You need to do a whole project with Zay. It need to be number Zay. Your next
Yeah.
project need to be number Zay. So with that in mind, listening to the music that Future had already rapped on mine, I said, okay, now I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna make all the beats I'm making for the next month is gonna be nothing but Future beats. These beats going straight to Future. So we piled in, man. We probably did 150 songs to pick out 9 songs. You know what I mean? So, and for me, it turned me into a whole nother producer. People respected me in a whole nother way after Beast Mode because of the instrumentation
Yeah.
on Beast Mode.
Like Mo Rilla?
Yeah, yeah,
Layup?
it's
Layup,
like
dog? Layup is crazy.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it turned me up a whole nother way, man, and I feel like it built a sound that Zaytoven and Future got, and that's why I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, man. And thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to wrap this up. I'm going to just rapid fire. I'm going to just name artists that come to my mind, and I just want you to tell me your favorite beat that you did for them. So since we're on feature, I'm going to just go feature.
Boy, it's too many with Future.
I know.
Let's say Cuddle My Wrist.
That's hard. OJ the Juice Man.
I'm Getting Money.
Okay. Uzi.
Money Mitch.
Over St. Green Paradise?
I like all these songs I like with these artists, man.
It's all good. It's all good. Gucci.
First Day Out.
Man, I'm trying to see.
I got so many songs with all these artists.
It's you got one with Drake I want to hear. So Drake.
Used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your gold versus opponent.
Gold versus opponent. What you mean?
Like, you got like Sunny Digital, Metro, like,
Oh, who I would want to verse?
yeah.
Man, I can't even name, man. It's so many of my
You got
peers.
Lex Luger.
It's so hard. The reason why it's so hard for me to pick that is because we like different eras. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I came in like way before those guys. The only guy like around my time would probably be Shawty Red and Drummer Boy, like
Yeah.
that came around my time. But I can't really say that.
For
I can't,
sure.
yeah.
You can't. Okay. Would you smoke whoever the opponent is though?
I don't never think you can smoke the next person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because even when the battles I listen to, everybody got so much good to offer and so many different songs that you know.
For sure. Appreciate you for being here. This means a lot. Thank you. This is Afrotech 2022,
Thank you, bro.
and we are out.
Salute.
For sure.